Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and I am your teacher for your summer class. And I just wanted to spend a minute acquainting you with what is expected and let you know that I am only an email away at eegrant@lc.edu. So I'm just going to put this on the student view so that I can show you where to go when you first log in. You're already in the course orientation, so that's a good thing. And it's important that you really abide by this printable calendar. In fact, I might print it out if I were you and just have it to the side of your computer so that you know what's due. I will try not to deviate from that. And so I feel like it's a good guide. So if you look at the calendar, you will see that this week is a one unit week, but next week is a really crazy busy week. So not only will we have a speech on Monday night or day, whichever section you're in, but we'll also have 2 units open that week. So what you're going to see is 1 unit open per week and the old unit staying there. So right now you will just see unit 1 and know that everything that you need to do in the course is housed in the unit. If there is a discussion post, as there is in all odd numbered units, you will be expected to do that. And so you can see that the prompt there are 2 actually discussion posts in this first unit, 1 to get us acquainted with each other and 1 for a rubric project that you're going to be doing. So when this discussion board is supposed to substitute for the fact that we don't meet every day and we are not going to have these engaging face-to-face discussions. So this is your opportunity to do that in a posting way, and is really reliant on the fact that you need to post by Wednesday so that other people can process your post and do all their replies by Sunday. All the units will be closing on Sunday, and the information, the assignments, the launch pads, the quizzes, everything in that unit that is due at 11:59 p.m. So just know that that's a guide. Also this first week in the course orientation, you're supposed to take a quiz, and that is housed at the very bottom of the course orientation file. So it's worth 20 points. And just know that you need to follow the calendar and make sure that don't count on the fact that there's going to be late work accepted. Late work will never be accepted on the discussion board because that is it's important that we have a discussion during the period where people will be checking for your replies. And the goal is that you would reply to the replies. So on this first post, the Get Acquainted post, you are supposed to reply to everybody, and that's this discussion board introduction. I've already posted mine, and it will make the first night or day of speech giving a lot more inviting because we'll have some familiarity with one another. It's also a great exercise in audience analysis because every time that you find information out about people, you can then later plan speech topics that will appeal to people with those interests. So this is just a way that you'll know a little bit more about your future audience members. So the way speech days or nights will run is that everyone will show up, and you are expected to have, on the first 2 occasions, you're supposed to have a way to record your speech, and that can be a cell phone, a camera, an iPad, anything that has memory cleared so that you can record a 5 to 7 minute speech. That will be for your eyes only. After you watch the video, which I think that's a great way to practice as well, is to video yourself and watch it, then you will be expected to log in to the speech reflections tab and complete the questionnaire that is about your specific speech. So you will only have to reflect upon 2 speeches. We won't reflect on our 3rd persuasive speech. So on speech nights, you're expected to have a visual aid, you're expected to have a typed outline, and a way to record your speech. And when you come into the classroom, if you're one of those people who likes to go first, go ahead and put your name on the board, and we will try to honor that. And you are expected to stay till the last speaker is finished because audience members are very important to the energy of a speaker. You're expected to have eye contact, you're expected to have gestures, and all of that's easier to do with a larger audience. People don't believe me, but I think you'll find that that's the case. In a smaller audience, there's a lot more eye contact distributed to each individual audience member, and it's a little bit tougher, in my opinion, than distributing it among a group of 12 to 15 people. Okay, so discussions are in odd numbered chapters. Every unit has an assignment. Every unit has a launch pad or a quiz or both. And some weeks you're going to be doing one unit and some weeks you're going to be doing 2 units. So we will meet 3 times to give our speeches. Another thing that sometimes slips away from us in an 8-week session, remember that this is a compressed semester. So it's going to be fairly intense because you're doing a 16-week course in an 8-week period. And I understand that summer is not necessarily a time when you want an intense course. So I try to factor that in the types of material that are presented in the units. I hope you find it engaging and that it makes you a better speaker. That is our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is that you will build confidence at the podium. So go ahead again, familiarize yourself with the rubrics. There is a rubric for the special occasion speech. That's your self-speech, your self-introductions first speech. Your second speech is your informative speech, and your third speech is your persuasive speech. All of those will graduate in points, so we will begin with the lower point class. We'll begin with the speech that counts for the least amount of points. The informative speech will be worth a little bit more, and the persuasive speech is really a game changer speech. On the persuasive speech night, we will also be getting into groups for our group project. That will be done during the last week of the class. So you can see that there is a discussion rubric posted, and every time that you reply or you submit an assignment, your grammar and punctuation and proofreading all counts. So I understand that that may not be the case in a face-to-face class where you get dinged for not spelling or capitalizing I, but this is the way you're presenting yourself in an online course. And so take time, to edit that and present your best work every time you get online. Okay, I would like for you to log in every day if possible, just on those weeks when you have a discussion post due especially. If you have any questions as you go throughout the course, don't hesitate to contact me. This course does rely on Launchpad, and you are expected to get a Launchpad access code. And you need that in order to get points in the course. There are 260 points in the course from quizzes and 180 points from learning curves. So it's important that you have access so that you don't forfeit those points. Those are also central to your learning in the course. So throughout this 8 weeks, be looking for a speaker outside of class that you can assess using one of these rubrics. Look in your community, any speaker at the library, city hall, you can go to a church. What I expect you to do is print out a rubric and assess the speaker using the same assessment that I'll be using when you speak. And then type a paragraph of who you went to see, where it was, how long it lasted, and just your overall assessment of the speaker. Just a paragraph. Those 2 things are due on the last day of class. So follow the calendar and submit all your information your assignments by the due date. And that can be submitted in an email form. So my name is Elizabeth again. I do look forward to working with you this semester. I look forward to seeing you thrive at the podium. And remember that you're never alone, even though it feels maybe distant because we're not meeting that often. We will meet 3 times, but on those non-meeting days, please email me if you have any questions. Okay, I'll see you on Monday. Bye.